Hello, so this one's going to be a little different of a video. Welcome back to ZZZ. I realized that last time, in my haste of finishing the main story last time, I didn't really go back and check Remiel's base here and see if there's any different things. I scoped it out. There was some different stuff you might have already seen. Time recording is August 6th, kind of in the morning. So I was going to look over all these things here. I was going to read the interview stuff with the new characters that we met and see what's been updated, as well as the new event for the big combat event exploration has released, but I'm going to do Remiel's Trust event to cap us out. So let's go ahead. So this one's the same. Oh, okay, so first one's the same. The title screen of Foodie Fighters flickers on the display. Looking closely, you notice the dust on the joystick has been wiped clean. At some point, a line of text has appeared at the bottom of the arcade screen. In Califer, I could never find anyone worth playing Foodie Fighters with. Let's have a proper game someday, my dear partner in crime. You'd better rest up before I come knocking with an official challenge. So bed. You've seen that before. The bed that had once held a lingering warmth has gone cold now. Its master has already flown off to her next destination. But as long as this room and this cozy little bed are still here, maybe she'll find her way back someday to reminisce about the time we spent as partners in crime. If the chance comes around, you can set up a few more plushies as a little welcome back gift just for her. And finally, Tactics board is the same. Letter on table now, seemingly left by Remiel. Want to open it? And this one's a long one, as you can tell. And I'll try to do my best to match her VA's incredible performance, but we'll see. My dear accomplice, I wonder whether you'll find this letter I left behind. You probably will, right? After all, you and Sigrid are the only people who would ever come to this room. Still, Sigrid would know better than to pry, and I can't imagine you never setting foot in here again. You wouldn't be so heartless as to never miss me at all, would you? Before leaving for Virium, I came back to this room to pack for the journey, and suddenly felt the urge to write something to you. When I first came to Califer in search of answers, I stayed in this room for a short while. There was nothing here then. Whenever the agony of my chainer transformation woke me in the dead of night, I would look outside, and the moonlight seemed to beckon me into another world. After that night, I asked the Bangbu to track down a few arcade cabinets, give my bed a proper makeover. Loneliness ate away at my heart like a shadow. This was the only way I could remind myself that I was still human. In today's new Eridu, I am nothing more than an unwelcome outsider. I have no home, no ties, and no reason to become part of this world. At first, I truly thought that suited me. It meant I only had to focus on the mission I still needed to complete and spend the rest of my life atoning for my sins. But after meeting you, I seem to have grown weak. Being accomplices is a curious sort of relationship, don't you think? We both once had pride and dreams. We've both lost someone dear to us forever because of that very pride. We both fear losing control of our power again. We are so much alike that whenever we see a reflection of ourselves in the other's words and actions, we can't help responding with a hint of hostility. Yet you made me feel truly alive again. And when I tried to solve everything by taking all the blame upon myself, you chose to catch me as I fell. Thank you for making sure that no one but you saw me in the grip of my chain transformation that day. Because of you, I have started to fear death and slowly grow attached to this world. You should be proud. An S-rank 1 criminal fall right into your hands. Because you're here, I think I'll try to take living seriously before the transformation becomes impossible to suppress. Something good is bound to happen, right? Now, it is my turn to ask a question. I hope to hear your answer the next time we meet. By now, you're surely asking, when did I ever ask a question, or who asked you? But if even a single thought of how I might be doing has crossed your mind, I that counts as a question, don't you? This letter is my answer to you, so here is my question. Live brilliantly and bravely, never give up hope. Never forget that you will always have an accomplice willing to help you carry your doubts and your darkest moments. Will you accept every one of these little requests from me? Don't mind my controller. It's already apparently got Joy-Con drift from not being a Joy-Con. Alright, so let's see, where do we start? We met these people. Anything new from, nope. Okay, how about, okay, yeah. While we were distracted, Gertabulu used the singular leakage to abduct Dracini. To seize 1/3 of the Karma Core, Gertabulu devoured Dracini and disguised itself in her form. We ultimately rescued Dracini, but 1/3 of the Karma Core was stolen by Bashmu, and Dracini has yet to regain consciousness. She trusts logic, sacred. She trusts logic and cause and effect over just following orders. Lucky for us, she's the type you can actually reason with. That's how Romiel and I managed to get her on board with our operation. And once she's locked onto the right path, she sees it through without hesitation. Rational and reliable, you couldn't ask for a better partner, even if she's not good at making arts and crafts. Alright, Linvern Sunbringer. Yet another Sunbringer who's a complete departure from the rest. Compared to the impressions left by the other two, she's far more approachable, and far more headstrong. To make sure no one with ulterior motives could exploit the window of opportunity, she and Ramiel quickly struck a deal in the shadows, keeping the truth behind the incidents that befell Dracini and Truvia tightly under wraps. They should have been a new thing for Mr. War. So I found the new NPCs. Zeppelin are excelling her day job, Bangor repair, but she wasn't content with just fixing up. She kept pushing to develop gentler, more comprehensive care services, which is how the Fuzzy Wrench came to be. Safe to say, her love for Bangbu runs deep. Kakiboo? A celebrated fashion icon among the Bangbu, who believes charm is the most important thing in the world. Under his philosophy, the chic boutique has become the ultimate Bangbu fashion destination in Oliver's Califer. Passion for rating every customer's charm in the eyes of the Bangbu, Kakiboo's score is the most authoritative measure of allure there is. And then these are people who we haven't really interacted with outside. Truvia, heiress of High Ambitions Corp, former classmate of ours back at Helios. Running her again in Rose Califer wasn't something I ever expected, but it came as no surprise that we both have such complicated feelings about the past. Unfortunately, Truvia was caught up in Gertabulu's scheme and ended up as one of his victims. Fortunately, her life isn't in danger somehow, and I won't have to watch someone I know die before my eyes again. I do like how it's written from Wise Bell's POV. NI Gang's revelation turns out to be intelligence connected to the original Sunbringer. The NI Gang's Bangbu treat the revelation as a distress signal from Sunbringer, and all believe the current three Sunbringers are all fakes. No wonder they're unhappy with both the current three Sunbringers and the Rose Califer authorities. Profit Boo, oldest and most powerful Bangbu in terms of computing performance in the NI Gang, massive Bangbu that's been around since the first generation Void Hunter era, packing computational power way beyond what your average Bangbu can handle. Rumored to be the central computing hub's prototype in Norma's lab, even the gang boss answers to this one. Maybe it's the real kingpin of the gang. Griff Ashton, leader of the Boo Ashton local Bangbu gang and the gang, mostly made up of passionate but mischievous Bangbu, and Griff is no exception. They stir trouble up all across Boo Ashram, yet somehow still haven't drawn much attention from the Airspace Patrol or the Administrative Affairs Department. In the gang's revelation turns out to be intelligence connected to original Sunbringer. Treat Sunbringer distressingly enough for Sunbringer, believe current three are all fakes, and unhappy. Yep. Claret, current head Flint Workshop, Mr. Director of Flint Workshop. Poor soil used for treatment was all provided by her. Based on a brief encounter at the tea party and what others have said about her, she's sharp-tongued and surprisingly easy to get along with, unlike the impression the other administrative directors tend to give. If I ever get the chance to visit Varium, I'm sure we'll have more opportunities to talk. I'm almost certain we're going to Varium next time based off of the drive set that looks exactly like her. And spy, yep. Underground's ground dealer, goods dealer in Buastrom, and the intelligence broker at Intel shop. Locate underground shop, Gear Street, claims and can take up any information. Checking it out through ESI, turns out there's true. Has every kind of information, including fake information. Underground merchant, Buastrom, chairman of Battle Cap shop, runs his Battle Cap stall out of corner Emerald Park. Goes clear, collects as many Battle Caps as possible. Quarter the Battle Cap economy of First Caveler. Talk about ambition. Bootiak. This one's actually close to where you live. And fortune teller working on divination parlor on the basement level at Ember Hall. Bootiak's divination methods are surprisingly scientific, less like reading fate and more like a personality assessment. Her apprentice, on the other hand, practices something that actually feels like real fortune telling. Let's get out of here and continue. Why is the big underground music playing? Past of the past. So this is Trust Event 2 for Remio. Where is she? Absolutely outside. Anything to say? No? Yep. Pretty standard quest description for the Trust Event. Hey, long time no see. I couldn't resist finding out what kind of movie you'd recommend, so I rushed right over.
Wait, I only received your message a few minutes ago. How did you get here so fast? Don't tell me you actually flew here.
You are a sharp one. I flew straight from Central Park to Amber Hall. I'm afraid quite a few people saw me along the way. Don't look so worried. I'm only teasing. Surely a wanted criminal would not parade openly through the streets. I just happened to be nearby, so I dropped in. All right, back to the topic. So, what type of film does our manager with refined taste think I would like?
Something nostalgic. How about an old film?
How about an old nostalgic film? More precisely, This Is How I Am. For the record, it's one of the titles that best reflects our store's unique selection.
And turns out you haven't seen it yet. Should make up for the time you missed it.
You never got the chance to see it because Gravity Cinema wasn't showing it, right? Consider this an opportunity to make up for that missed chance.
Oh? It seems you've really done your homework. Although, now that I think about it, I must have seemed like a villain to you back then, right? Even so, I am still a little upset. A certain detective who disrespects other people's privacy needs to be taught a lesson.
Back then, you would appear without warning and vanish without a trace. You kept us guessing, cloaked yourself in mystery, and led us on quite a chase. If you look at it that way, aren't you actually the one to blame?
Oh? Turning the tables on me. In that case, this sharp-tongued manager deserves a little punishment. Let me see. Your punishment shall be sitting through this entire film with me.
You finished watching This Is How I Am with Remiel. The film's nostalgic images fade into the soft melody of the ending credits, leaving behind far little more than a lingering echo of that bygone era. For a little while afterward, the world before your eyes seems veiled in that same muted golden glow.
Well, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Sorry to disappoint, but I don't think I can really put my thoughts into words. I've dragged Belle into watching this film with me countless times. It's proof that the old world once existed. It feels so distant, yet strangely vivid at the same time.
I actually think that's a very fitting reaction. Because the movie holds a special meaning and carries precious memories for you and your sibling, it becomes difficult to put your impressions into words. That era is something you hold close to your heart and miss often. That alone is enough for me to understand. To me, it's unfamiliar and fascinating, practically an entirely new world. After all, the world I knew was slowly worn away by time, long before the Hollows ever appeared. Speaking of which, a first-generation Void Hunter should very well be an ancient figure to you. Watching an old film with a person of the past must feel pretty strange, no?
A person of the past? Remy, why put it that way? New Eridu is not just our city, it's your city too. It was rebuilt from the ruins of Eridu. The traces of your existence haven't disappeared, and neither have the things that mattered. Like...
Nice.
So even our well-informed manager doesn't know much about the world that long ago. Don't trouble yourself over it. I would rather not hear such melancholic words. It's all right. I have long since accepted that this city has already forgotten that world, and I, along with it. Ever since I woke up, I've been learning all about this new era. I pick things up quickly. After all, I was quite the genius in the old days, you know.
Really? But you didn't even know about things like T-milk or nitro fuel.
Even geniuses have their limits. After the old capital fell, society and culture became vastly different from the past. I haven't had time to understand it all yet. By the way, calling someone out when she's feeling down isn't a very nice habit, don't you think?
All right. Sorry about that. I swear to this first-generation Void Hunter that I'll turn over a new leaf.
Ugh. He's so obedient.
Good. I watched the film I wanted and got a promise from you too. I'll see you next time then.
Wait, Remy. Could you stay a little longer?
What's wrong? Is my mischievous proxy reluctant to let me go? Or are you hatching some little scheme?
Could you tell me about the old days? You know a lot about me and my world, yet I barely know anything about you. It feels a little unfair.
It seems our proxy is not only knowledgeable, but quite eager to learn. All right, then I shall grant this small wish of yours. Let me think. How should I begin? I got it. Long, long ago, there was also a video store on the street where I lived. Unlike your video store, every film there was blurrier than the last. But I still enjoyed visiting it after missions. I had little choice, really. Think about it. Stories were far more precious and rare than they are now. Then, turn right from the video store entrance and pass 3, maybe 4 streets, and there was the most fashionable clothing shop in the city. It sold the most beautiful fashion any girl could dream of, and I always eagerly joined the crowd. Eventually, the store owner even started advertising the place as Void Hunter approved. Come the holidays, I bet it was so packed that even a Void Hunter couldn't step foot through that door.
As you listen to her captivating stories of the past, it feels as if only a few minutes have passed, and yet as if a century had gone by. A vanished era begins to flow once again through her words. Those distant days have not faded into dust. Instead, they are as vivid and bright as this very moment.
Well then, after such a long story, is your curiosity satisfied? Now it's your turn to be honest. Why did you want to hear all these old stories? After all, a certain someone has already peeked into my memories, That should make you one of the people who know me best in this world, right?
I wasn't intentionally keeping it from you. Besides, you've been hiding how you really feel, haven't you? You're not as laid back as you appear to be. I just thought it might help to have someone who could listen to you. Or maybe I was projecting my own feelings. Sorry.
My dear partner in crime, sometimes it's better to be a little less perceptive.
Flashbacks. Once again, don't know how many, gotcha gamers here also play Wuthering Waves, but flashback to 3.3? Yes, Denia's segue story. Her and Sigriga. If you know, you know.
Huh? Did you just say something? If you're upset, I sincerely apologize.
No, it's nothing. And since you're being so sincere, I'll let you off this once. As compensation, I would like the highest tier membership card. A considerate, generous manager like you wouldn't refuse that, right?
Thanks for your patronage. Looks like this month's earnings will barely cover the electric bill.
Remy, open up the video store. Let's go. I don't know why I said that. Even if I can rent the tapes for free, I don't have anything to play them on at home. What a dilemma. Did you say sigh out loud? How about watching it at our place? I knew you'd say yes. Fell for it again. I hope you'll keep taking good care of me, kind-hearted manager.
This brings back memories. Do you remember when we first met?
That was the past of the past. Okay.
Black or white? Which side do you prefer?
I do enjoy the flavor text every time you get someone new to advertise a store with. Alright, Roarin' Video Store, of course. After slipping back into Mr. Roar's costume, Lemuel successfully transforms into the video store's brand ambassador. Thanks to Mr. Roar's massive popularity and the fresh buzz from the unexpected promo angle, visitor traffic is seeing a serious boost. Awesome. Even after 100 years, people still can't get enough of cute mascots. And I will call it there. Thanks for watching this little epilogue bit that I, of course intended to read the letter just if I knew it existed, of course, first. But of course it makes sense after season 2 kind of started out with Yish and Long, I think. Or the She and Yishin letters. Yeah, alright. Thanks so much for watching. I think I'll do the new combat weekly mode first, just get my first impressions on that. And then definitely continue the summer event as well. And then, holy crap, we are 6 days away from Teenage After Genshin. I still need to re-download and play more of it so I can have, I was about to say polychromes, primo gems for events. So, best of luck for me. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.